Brace yourself for endless action with Batman Forever. Batman and Robin blast into Gotham City in a duo-player fighting game. Armed with over 125 incredible attacks, fierce combat moves, and an arsenal of gadgets, the dynamic duo are ready to battle the diabolical minds of Two-Face and the Riddler. Without a question, it's Batman Forever. For some reason, dynamic was capitalized in that, but not duo. This is Batman Forever, developed by Probe Entertainment Limited, published by Acclaim, released in 1995. It's part of that Batman franchise, and it's beat 'em up, and, well, GameFAQs gave it a 2 out of 5. I'm gonna tell you, probably a little high. We play as either Batman or Robin. There's a fighting mode called Training Mode where we can play as Batman or Robin or any of the enemies found throughout the game against a computer-controlled opponent, a second player, or co-op against 2 computer opponents. The controls are largely based on move lists and key sequences. Some gadget moves involve moving away from the enemy right before pressing a punch or kick button. The gadget list is selected at each level with 3 standard gadgets and 2 gadgets selected from a list. There are also 4 hidden blueprint gadgets. There are 2 kinds of co-op mode. We choose between Batman or Robin. In one mode, we work together and cannot harm each other, though we share credits. In another mode, we can attack and kill each other, but still need to look out for enemies and have separate credits. Co-op mode is not included in the Game Boy and Game Gear versions. Oh god, this was on the Game Gear. The Super NES and Genesis versions are very similar. PC version is the same as the Super NES and Genesis version, though Batman and Robin appear in their movie attire, because why not? The PC version has loading delays. Game Boy and Game Gear do away with the majority of the puzzle solving and opt for more traditional platform fighting games, so they might actually be more fun. The 4 reviewers at EGM gave the Game Gear version praise, for high graphics that are virtual identical to the Genesis and Super NES version, which means playing on the Game Gear, you'll get about 3 minutes of battery time. But overall, dismissed the game due to poor controls, explaining that punching enemies is nothing more than a delayed sequence that continues well and after the enemy is dead. They give it a 1.2 out of 10. GamePro also gave it a negative review, remarked that the graphics are technically impressive but dull to the lack of on-screen objects, interesting backgrounds. They concluded that sluggish gameplay, mediocre graphics, and weak sounds really kick this cart to the bat curb. GamePro panned the Super NES version as the worst Super NES Batman game. They dismissed the training mode as lacking the winning elements of a decent fighting game. Commenting on the normal mode, they criticized the frustrating difficulty, particularly the lack of continues and the time limit in the 3rd stage. Stated that the digitized sprites were well done but clashed with the washed out background graphics. A reviewer for Next Gen praised the look of the sprites but gave them 1 out of 5 stars, citing boring gameplay and poor control configuration. You are seeing probably the longest attempt I ever made at this game, and it's also the farthest attempt I ever made at this game. I think I made it 3 rooms, but I think technically I was backtracking 1 room, so it's only 2 rooms. I have never successfully been able to get out of the 2nd room of this game. Yeah, the sprites do kind of look good. They've got that kind of Mortal Kombat thing going on, but pretty characters does not for a good game make. Time Cop. Same kind of thing.